I'm American, and I don't give a shit about your pain. Sorry. Your children. God forbid anything you stand for. In too many sorrows. You want to know what peace stands for. If not, Google it. You have no right to do something makes another person during their lifetime, during their day. It's not Friday where you have a good time, or Saturday where you have a happy time and you drink and you relax. All days. So I've witnessed in my family party affiliations, rules, ethnic cleansings, and all those in family members and groups and community. Mobilization, Karl Marx, the Russians, wars. We're not going with those principalities. No. Think about World War II and mobilization. They mobilized people. That's why we were able to win the war in World War II, or else the Germans would have won. But it's through people sacrificing their lives and this and that for their children. You think about Anne Frank, and then they came again. It was 1912, 1918. My great-grandmother, who I lived with, she was born in 1930. She experienced all the fast forward. She was a nurse. So people not having arms and legs, I'm not frightened by that. And people around me, the men, and those are other men that sacrifice so much. They're not respected, and they don't have much. They're like, well, they want to get high and they do this and that. No, they want to get by. They don't want to be judged by you, even though, of course, you're going to judge them. And white people did a very amazing, Fear Factor and Survivor. A very amazing thing. They said, well, they will take money more than their own selves, than their own limbs. They're going to give up a limb. They're going to eat bulls. It's my family. They were in Russia. We were eating all this and doing advertisements. Well, this person is going to eat shit and junkyard, vanilla yogurt, and this and that. We weren't making yogurt. We're making that. Making wood. Mixed up. It takes a very long time to filter it, right? Yes, with the smoke evaporation. So you understand all that. So now they're counting David Livingstone. But they never went far enough. As my great professor in Kinshasa, Mr. Kalala Kume, who came to my graduation. And of course the white men, the Germans and the Irish, they're all my fathers, all my great forefathers. You see the statues of the forefathers, they all are. So you got German, you got Irish, you got Danish, you got all of them. I had them in but I didn't recognize it, and they do that on purpose. So you go back to the Egyptian, and you measure the heart. But my heart is always lighter than a feather. And my child's heart is lighter than a feather. Because I realized one honest mistake of killing something. And that was a bad. My brothers and I were exploring, doing all the scouting and all this and that. Doing slings. And we didn't do bows and arrows. They would see, we would do the bows and arrows, but it takes too much time to make it nice and slim and whatever, and then construct it. So we were doing the rock. We did the cannon, the shots. the pebble of the guns. So we would shoot it right there. We look up at the bed and we shoot it. And it's like 10,000 miles away. And we get that shit. But it was for game. Our family started being like, wait, why are they acting like this? Where we getting these ends up? But they're making chicken. And we're eating poultry. We're eating peasants. Me and my friends and my brothers. Of course. You know, we're not scared of black mambas. We're not scared of of garden snakes and all that. We're not scared of rattlesnakes. We're not scared of all that stuff. Like in Georgia, Key West, they're scared of so many snakes. And they're not taking care of the environment. Oh, in Hong Kong, and then they change everything. The snakes, they're not taking care of the natural resources. The pythons are traveling through the toilets and coming up. We had that. It's quite scary. But I'm American. And that's what saved me. And I thank Mr. Obama. I thank Mr. Nelson Mandela. I thank the Queen, Buckingham Palace. I was in Hyde Park. Of course, I thank Mr. Bill Clinton. I thank Mr. Bush. And of course, I thank Mr. Barack Obama. I went to his speech in health at Johns Hopkins University. It must have been 2019 while I was working. I thank all the presidents, you know, for the perseverance. And I've gotten awards. And said some things. And then they did Ripley's Believe It or Not. And then they started. We were so strong as Americans. We're so strong in other countries. We're so strong. They did American-owned videos. Look at them. Oh, they're going to take a skateboard. I was the best skateboarder. Beating my brothers. Now I have half brothers. You know that. You're going to have half siblings. But still, you consider them in script. They're a real sibling. You don't say on the birth certificate. That's a half. Half. You don't? So now we'd like to look at that. If you really want to go there, that eliminates all of you. Of course. For my child. And now let me look at you. For the first time. And of course, look at myself for the first time. Let me open my eyes. I've swam in rivers, great rivers, Tugelis, Draken's Back, you know, Tibetan, far off, I don't even know the names, slept in campsites, all this with white people, only the select, and they didn't select them because they were wise. They've traversed that, starting from King Henry, and Mad Kings. They start from that. We don't go by race. That's so low life. But now we're recognizing the low life and the bureaucrats that you're even they don't even like getting $24,000 to $28,000 a year. It's not suffice to them. They're still gonna do some shit. So you give them, you pay them. They're still going to hate you. Black or white. They're still going to hate you as their boss. So then of course the Asians, they're like, well, let's not have any bosses then. Let them all be the same, and then we started to do the communist shit. That didn't work neither. And they're all over there, you know, deluded in the shit. You know, so then we have self-determination. You put them in institutions, in schools, and this and that, and I listened to them. I did not have to be around any person that did not make more than $350,000, a million. I did not. And neither did Mr. Gandhi. Neither did Mr. MLK. Mr. W.B. Du Bois, all of them. Neither did Mr. Clinton, even him. Even though he came from the country. So we recognize that. Mr. Lincoln. They not have to consider themselves with the low-level bureaucrats. You call them bureaucrats. So they can become bosses. They can be managers. They can be supervisors. But they're going to kill you. They don't care about you or the company or anything. Let me fix my shit. They don't care about your company. Now we recognize that that's an issue. And they're fucking up the economy. And then you go to Karl Marx. The bourgeoisie, the petite bourgeoisie. So you go to the people that they don't have time to sit there and get pretty. They're not powdering their faces. They wake up in the morning and they get on the train. They're powdering their faces and going to spas and fixing their hair. So then, are they really ugly? They're not ugly. So then now we're saying, you could be not ugly. And they realize that, well, I could be not ugly. Look at this person that changed, and now the skin looks better. And look at the pop stars. You know, they changed their noses. I don't have to be ugly. You have to be the bourgeoisie, petite bourgeoisie. So you know, and I could be something more this way. No, that's not me trying to change. But it's an awakening. And Karl Marx already called that. That's in groups of people, in mobilization, mobiles. They're talking to each other. And they, in fact, they are scarring each other. They're saying things that hurt each other or cure each other or make them feel good. I had plenty of phone sex at the age of 16. I was in a relationship. Phone sex. Touching myself while he was touching himself. What are you wearing? What am I wearing? You're just getting to it. It works. It doesn't work. You're going to see that it doesn't work for them. But don't blame my family for it. You know, thank God to my father. My father recognized his limitations and looked at himself one time. In The Lion King, he looks at himself for one time and recognizes what he looks like. So there, in my look, before I look at myself, I don't care about you protecting myself. But once I look at myself, that makes me care about how you see me. So how you look at me. Now I can choose to be a part of the community and giving. Or I can say my looks are better than you. I ought to be receiving. Suffice to say, oh, you can look better than that, and look better than this and that. Really, for the children, as it was established, it's not better like that. And then we stopped all of that. Oh, your child is ugly. We had major issues. Black people and white people. Major issues. And then they started having, you have the tiaras and toddlers dance little groups who had major issues of our children. Don't put your children through that. When I walk around the town, everybody loves my child. That's the next best. It's not about that. And my child, of course, is. Of course, is. And don't you dare, in this video, ever think that you know anything from what I'm saying, or what you've had, or what you've learned. You know nothing. You know nothing. And that's how you stay alive. Come on in on the crowd that says they know something about me and my child. Join the crowd. And then join the crowd that says that they don't know anything about me and my child. And then join the crowd that says, oh, you're so fat, I'd like to listen. And without that, I'm not going to take a position. Switzerland, Monaco, Belgium, I'm not going to take a position. Italy, Japan, Taiwan, Korea, I'm not going, Mongolia, Sweden, Norway, Benin, Nigeria, Ghana, Venezuela, Scandinavia, all of them, America, because at fast, 1900s, and I had the rights and the privilege to be around people that were born in the 1900s in my family that were black, born in 1923. Right there, we have the Fast World War, 1918. And they're black. And they're international. So you think about telecommunications. And the professionals. They're professionals. And they're black. So stop it. They're professionals and they're black in the Fast World War. The doctors, the nurses, the attorneys, the first black person in the world, the black and an attorney. There was something else. Because an attorney is somebody that invites another person's thoughts and but also stands for another person. It's very complicated. You're inviting the opinion of somebody else while you're inviting the opinion of somebody that you stand for. It's an attorney, the first black president, and that's why Mr. Barack Obama was an attorney. Because all of them have been attorneys, and that's Mr. Nelson Mandela. You all sat right there next to you.
Yes.
2008, eyeball. And there goes Mr. Sam Brocarte, of course.
Nazi. I told you not to come down here and
Don't play. You're
noise.
going to get smacked. And further than that, you're going to get pushed back with all your little bills. It ain't going to amount to nothing.
So quiet down for
All
me.
that money paid in full.
down and lay down
Nigga,
doing all
it's
this
about to go down in the motherfucking flood, bitch. And your house. Wildfires. Harry, all that shit is going to go down, bitch. That shit. First principle in God's law. So respect your mother and your father. Second, your neighbors. Keep it cool. And keep that up.
Nazi,
Niggas.
why do you want to come make all this noise while this man is trying to watch TV?
And then, of course,
That don't make no
theft,
damn sense.
death, all those shits that you are to not, you working your way down there. You working your way down there. Don't work your way down there. At least for the kids. Them kids need their fucking mothers. We already had Project Queens in the 70s. And Bill Clinton, Mr. who I met in 2008, gave me advice. It's protect. I made a mistake on the black mothers.
Okay.
And you fucked it up all over the world. all over the world. Because we had ties.
I don't did what I can do.
Fucked it up. And his wife continued to fuck it up. Out of spite. My mother said to me, did Bill Clinton try to fuck you?
I can't do it.
I hope that you weren't left alone in a room with former President Mr. Bill Clinton. My mother, Sophia Landon-Gaia, who writes the script for Days of Our Lives and the Reader's Digest, a very famous Grecian. You have the Greek freak, Isaac Mbulu, playing in sports, the NBA, at Fast. Because now we're honoring you. All right, so you think that this is a real game? It is. But there was one developed before that. It transcended from, and I'm a captain of that game that was developed before that, including water polo, including hockey, with the net. It's the nets. It's the nets. Put it through the net, nigga. You gonna get that shit through the net, ho? Netball. Basketball. And yeah, you made money, nigga. But now we're rolling around. And they stopping that shit, nigga. Do it right. And no more of what I know not of. But I've been through that shit.